The Duke of Edinburgh, who died on Friday the 9th of April 2021, says he wants a no-fuss funeral, and at the heart of it, he wants his coffin transported by the Sandringham shoot gun bus, which he designed and used on shoot days at the Queen's Norfolk estate. In this week's show, a filmed obituary of a great shooting man, we will look at where Prince Philip went shooting. We will hear from the man himself, how he put field sports at the heart of international conservation. The Norfolk coast area of outstanding natural beauty has the Grade 2 listed Sandringham House at its heart, but it is the estate where Prince Philip was able to put his conservation ideas into action, turning it into that rarest of things, a truly wild bird shoot.
Many have spoken about Prince Philip's environmentalism. Today's environmental movement overwhelmingly places responsibility for the global crisis on the powerful and would not seek to reconcile conservation with the blood sport of the wealthy.
Other aunties left abusive messages under our film, paying tribute to Prince Philip.
Spike, I'm sure everyone knows that you have fans from all walks of life, and of course there's one very famous, respected fan in particular who wanted to be here, couldn't be here, but wanted to send a message.
These are a series of cliches you've
That's my job this evening. Here we go, I have a letter to read out to you from His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales.
Do I kneel down for this?
I'm in enough trouble already, I'm not going to say a word.
And the Prince of Wales?
The Prince of Wales. I'm sorry I have to do this, but I know it takes a lot of impact out of it, but here we go. As someone who grew up to the sounds of the Goon Show on the steam-driven wireless, I must confess that I've been a lifelong fan of the participants in the show, and particularly of Spike Milligan.
Oh, the little grovelling bastard.
As a final salute to his love of shooting sports, has requested his coffin arrives at St George's Chapel in a 130 Defender gun bus, one very much like this.
It was really from the 70s, 80s and 90s that the wild pheasant was the primary species.
If I think about the justification for shooting, is that when I leave Sandringham and sometimes drive across the fens on the way to London, the moment you leave Sandringham and round about there, you don't see a living thing of any kind whatsoever, not even a bird or a hare or a rabbit or nothing across the fens. And I think that it just shows that if you keep it estate, you'll find everything there.
Back in the 1950s, and the media celebrated Prince Philip's hunting exploits. Here he is in the Gambia, shooting a crocodile. His life straddled a time when big game hunters were national heroes, to a time when they became media villains. And one of his own hunts was the pivot for this, in Nepal with the Queen in 1961. I spoke to modern-day big cat hunter Dr. Prashant Singh from Uttarakhand, who shoots man-eaters for the Indian government today. Although he's too young to have been on a driven tiger hunt, which were banned in the 1970s, Dr. Singh explains what is going on in this rare footage of Prince Philip's hunt.
What used to happen is that first and foremost, they would try to locate what is called as a rehan. Rehan is the residence of the tiger, where the animal stays, and it's normally thick undergrowth. So once you located where the tiger was, then they would put up this white canvas, and there were beaters who would come. So in a forest, you normally have shades of green and brown. So a tiger does not recognize white, those huge big cloth which used to be put up. So that used to scare the tigers. In Nepal, what they normally did was they would put up a wall of white canvas and drive the tiger into it, and then surround the entire wall, surround the area. It was like a big enclosure. And then they would get these elephants, shikar elephants. They were specially trained for tiger hunting. And these elephants would come in and trample on the grass and create a shooting line, basically, clear the area so that the animal could be shot. So they would get in from anything from one tiger to more than 3 or 4 tigers into the area, and the tiger would just not leave that area. It would stick to the area because the moment it came close to the white canvas, it would just go back. It would not cross over or come out of that enclosure. They would do the shooting from elephant back, which is not really so easy because an elephant is always on the move and it's not a stable platform. Like if you're sitting on a machan or a hide, you have that stability. But these elephants are always fidgeting around, moving around. So you have to be a good shot and you have to get a clean shot to get the tiger. Otherwise, an injured animal can be very, very dangerous. In fact, they always say that the first shot is the most important, and dangerous game turns dangerous after the first shot is fired. So shooting wasn't easy shooting tigers even from elephant back. And then these injured tigers, they have the strength and the power to jump up, and there were times when they would maul the elephant or the mahawat or the hunters as well. They have the power to just jump on, and they're very powerful beasts and very fast and strong. Ever since there's been a ban on hunting, we have a very rich biodiversity in India, but unfortunately, since the revenue is not there, wildlife is the last priority in the list.
I spoke to Pakistani politician Kunwar Khalid Yunus about the time he went duck shooting with his father, Prince Philip, and Pakistan's President Ayub Khan. Prince Philip, who loves shooting and sees its value for conservation. His grandson, Prince William, talks in this film about the positives of trophy hunting.
Sworn to protect their